Hi everyone, how are we today? We're just doing a all signs today. Just probably trying to keep it relatively quick today because I will be doing I'm planning on doing a big sort of divine feminine reading tomorrow because here in Australia tomorrow is actually Mother's Day. So we're going to be focusing on that Earth Mother, divine feminine kind of energy tomorrow. Okay, so I will be sort of doing a bit of a bigger reading tomorrow when it comes to that. But I did notice that during the weekly readings, we didn't actually get much information coming out for everyone in regards to love. A lot of other things were sort of taking precedence over anything to do with love this week. So I did want to, do a bit more of a love reading for everyone this week. I also have just received my Lovers Oracle as well, so I will be able to use that today as well. As we all do, as anyone that does sort of have cards does probably know, they're quite easy to start a bit of a collection with, and you do sort of find more and more decks that you want as part of your toolkit, I suppose. Now, I will let you know there is a storm about to hit at my place here. So, I do apologize in advance if we do get any sort of loud thunder in the background noise. And sometimes the thunder can sort of set the dogs off as well. So, the neighbours' dogs may bark during the reading. I did notice they were barking yesterday during our Aries reading. So I am sorry about any background noise. If it does sort of get too hectic, I'll pause the video and come back when it's a bit quieter. But today we're going to be using, this is the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck. Like I said, that Lover's Oracle deck, as well as I finally fixed up my own personal deck. The deck I have there with letters, month, and signs, I have fixed that up. I'm a bit happier with it now than it's just not handwritten anymore. And I have also added some timing cards to that deck as well. Okay, so hopefully that should help us get a bit better time frames of things as well. All right, get a bit more information when it comes down to those sort of nitty gritty details that we do like. I know tarot, you can actually ascertain a little bit of timing with the tarot, but with the Lenormand, it is a lot harder to sort of, work out timing. So I sort of did want to add in some sort of time references as well, so we can sort of get a little bit more information where we need that information. All right. But don't mind me when you do see me taking time stamps. But obviously, I want to make sure you guys all know where to go for your particular sign, or if you want to flick through a few different ones. Obviously, check a few of your signs. I do recommend the way that I read. It generally is sun and moon signs. But, if you do have a strong placement, or you do find that your rising or your Venus sign is quite strong, you're more than welcome to check those as well. But also leave a comment so that you can go in the draw for that free personal reading when that's drawn. I will draw that when we hit 100 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe as well so you can keep updated about that. But we'll get started today with Aries. How are we, Aries? Like I said in that intro there, just wanting to focus a little bit more on love today for everybody. Okay, so we'll get a bit of information about what's coming up in love for Aries, please. What's coming up in love for Aries? Okay, and just clarity on that third card, please. Just clarity for that third card, please. Okay, so Aries, for you today, we have the Sun, the Heart, as well as the anchor, which was then clarified by the mountain as well. So firstly there with the sun and the heart. So I'll make sure I show you these cards because they are, quite pale cards. So the images are a little bit more difficult to see. But they are gorgeous pictures. They're sort of that watercolor kind of feel. They're lovely. Like I said, it's the scrying ink deck. So they are sort of like that ink watercolor type feel. But with the sun there, that the sun really does talk about happiness. But I do feel that with the heart here, it's talking about an aspect of love being revealed to you, being brought to light, that you may not have been aware of when it comes to the love around you, the love within yourself, those kinds of things. And that is actually leading to, I feel like it's been confirmed by the mountain there. The mountain is kind of very rock solid. The anchor also quite stable and sturdy. It does anchor the ship so it doesn't float away. So I do feel as though, upcoming, we in your love energy, we do have some happiness that's being revealed to you, some happiness that's going to sort of light up your heart, with that sun there. But it may also bring things to light in regard to love and what we sort of do need from love in order to make us feel sturdy and able to weather those storms. Okay. With the mountain there, I am just getting that vibe that it's the thing that these two cards have in common. Okay, so I'll show you the cards once again. I said, well, that's the heart card. So we're seeing the image of an actual heart there on that one. And then the anchor card, which was clarified by that mountain as well. Okay, so we do find that the mountain can usually talk about doing putting in a bit of hard work, and overcoming obstacles, those sorts of things. But I don't actually feel that here because the thing that these two cards have in common is that they are solid and secure. Okay, and they're in place. So whatever this happiness headed your way, whatever's coming to light for you there, Aries, it really is going to, I know we talked about this just in your weekly reading, just that sense of security and stability. So quite positive to see this coming through for you today, Aries, that you are going to be getting that solid anchor point in your life very, very soon when it comes to love and feeling quite secure in place. Okay, so I will just ask here some advice for Aries when it comes to love, please. Some advice for Aries when it comes to love. Okay, so we're seeing the female there. As you can see, it's a little deer. Then we have the crossroad, which was followed by the dog card there as well. So once again, Aries, getting that dog energy for you guys. Like I did say, we did see that in the weekly reading as well. And I do want to apologize if that weekly reading was a little bit confronting, Aries. I know it was some heavy duty stuff coming up and I sort of went on a few tangents and those sorts of things. So I do apologize. But, I do feel as though this is just talking about, you know, um, needing to make some sort of choice in the near future when it comes to love, making some sort of decision, okay, choosing which path to take with love. And it's kind of just letting us know that your advice is to, follow your intuition, follow your emotional side when it comes to making choices in love at the moment, okay? And really follow that sense of loyalty and support and compassion as well. So taking on board all your emotions and taking on board your sense of loyalty and compassion when you do make this choice in love. You may be choosing between people, or choosing to take action towards somebody, those kinds of a vibe I'm getting there. But it's really just letting us know to make sure we are, like, to ensure that when we do make any decisions or choices when it comes to love, to really be assessing how we truly do feel in our heart space. Okay, but we will ask I've got the Lovers Oracle here. These are super hard to shuffle, but I'll see how we go. But we'll ask sort of in more specific to specific people for Aries. Can we get some? Can we get maybe 2 messages for Aries when it comes to specific people in Aries love energy, please? Specific people in Aries love energy. Like I said, super hard to shuffle. They are love heart shaped, so it's going to take me a bit of practice to sort of get how to shuffle these ones properly. Okay, so Aries, specific people with Aries with love. Okay, so we do have some beautiful images on the backs of these cards as well, as you can see here. So, you know, the people in your love life may actually have some similar features to these people. We're seeing 2 brunette or dark-haired women in those images, as well as a dark-haired, sort of more masculine image. The woman on this first one does appear to be crying, so you know, we may be looking at a more emotional woman there. Okay, so that one says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. All right, and then that second one there, look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. All right, so once again, we're talking about those emotions running strong within you, Aries. So I think you already know who the people are that are going to be quite important when it comes to whatever choice it is that you're making in regards to love. And it's really just a matter of examining. You know, what is actually going on in your heart and soul space as to why you feel a certain way, positive or negative, you know, about certain people. And like I said, that loyalty and compassion aspect is going to be quite strong. So I do feel as though, you know, look for the compassion, you know, look for the loyalty. So if someone has shown you quite a lot of loyalty and compassion in the past, that should help make your decision easier, okay? Because as we spoke about yesterday, that giving and receiving. So, you know, obviously someone who is more than able to be compassionate and be loyal to you, they are, you know, going to be able to help bring that out of you as well, Aries. Okay, but we'll grab you a couple of these. I'm going to have to come up with some sort of a name for this deck, aren't I? But it's letters, months, star signs, and timing. Okay, so we'll have a bit of a look there. Aries and love connections, please. Aries and love connections, please. Okay. Oh, and I've got Aries on the bottom of the deck there as well. There we go. So we are seeing 1 week. Okay, so that's pretty sudden kind of energy there, Aries. So something may be occurring within a week. I feel as though it's related to that decision. Okay, so we may be needing to make that decision in love within the next week. Okay, I also have May, which is obviously this month as well. So we definitely are sort of looking at some more current choices for you there. I've also had February come on out there. So something may have happened in February, you know, when it comes to this connection or one of these connections, if you have more than one, or it could be talking about next February as well. We do have Scorpio energy there. So you may have a strong Scorpio placement. Your person may have a strong Scorpio placement, or maybe we're looking at something coming up in Scorpio season that might be important for these connections as well. We are also seeing the letter Y and the letter D. Okay, so you know, interesting. That's a brand, isn't it? YD. So your person might have a cool pair of I remember I had a pair of YD jeans that I used to absolutely love. They were like my favorite jeans. Uh, so I like so weird. But so the letters Y and D, we may be seeing some sort of confirmation coming up in the next few days. They may be initials, those sorts of things. You can also see there that D, and you're just missing the A, okay, so to make the word day. So like we saw with that super current energy of May and 1 week, I do feel as though we are sort of talking about a matter of days for you there, Aries. My curtain just fell, but that's fine. I am waiting for a new curtain to arrive. I have ordered a lovely new one. I'm just not, I think this one may be a bit too many clashing patterns going on. So we'll wait and see when the new curtain arrives. It's pretty sad when you old and get excited about curtains, hey? But leave me a comment and let me know if that resonated for you anyway, Aries, and you'll go in the draw for that free personal. But I'll move on to Taurus there. How are we today, Taurus? Right at the start of the video, I said I'm trying to do a quick read today, and then it's already taking me a lot longer than anticipated, but that's fine. Okay, so Taurus, upcoming love energy for Taurus, please. Taurus and love, please. Okay, and just some advice for Taurus when it comes to love, please. Okay, so Taurus, we're seeing the Tower, the Coffin, followed by the Lily when it comes to love for you. So with the Tower and Coffin, straight away, there's only sort of one message coming through to me when it comes to the Tower and Coffin. It's that something in the past that has ended. Okay, so something that has ended in the past, somehow being important at the moment. It's actually giving you a new beginning in this Lily energy. Okay, so we're moving into this Lily energy, but something from the past is sort of still affecting you, and something that has ended in the past is still bringing through a lot of changes for you, I feel, Taurus, when it does come to love energy. All right. Now, the Lily is actually super intimate. It does talk about, like emotional vulnerability and that intimacy, a physical intimacy as well. Not necessarily just physical, but also that emotional intimacy. But it does talk about like looking at the long term as well. So I feel as though what we're doing here is, looking at things that have ended in the past, things that have, because with the Coffin, that's like that death and rebirth sort of energy. So things that have sort of died off in the past, they're looking at those and being quite intimate with yourself about, how you could have, dealt with that situation differently, been more vulnerable in that situation, and really looking at, how you want to take that energy into your future. Okay, so not just, the near future, but we're looking at with the Lily, it could be like 10, 20, 30 years from now. Like, do you still want that past energy to be a part of your cycles in the future? Kind of a vibe. So we may be also seeing something that has ended in the past, may be coming back around and giving you this opportunity to be quite intimate once again with that particular person. If that's a person from the past that things have ended with, we may be seeing something coming back around with that as well. But that's not going to be for everybody, I don't feel. All right. But we are seeing, for your advice, we have the dog energy there. Where my camera? These cards are super hard to pick up. The pictures there. So that's the dog energy. We do have the ring. And that was followed by the bear as well. Okay, so your advice is pretty much to, because with the dog and the ring, we are looking at friendships, okay? Really super close relationships that you have with your friends and your social circle. So and it could also be like, you know, making sure we're maintaining that aspect of friendship within a relationship as well. Okay, so your advice is to sort of, yeah, to strengthen relationships, especially the friendship aspect of relationships at this time, and really protect those connections. All right, because with the bear there, it's such a powerful card, and it really does talk about strengthening and protecting. Okay, so I feel as though that's just a pretty straightforward message for you, Taurus, that you do really need to protect and strengthen friendship relationships, or the friendship within relationships. Okay, and sort of, you know, if you do have a person, getting back to basics, and being that person's friend, not just the lover, or whatever, but also maintaining that friendship side of the connection as well. Okay, now we'll move over to the Lovers Oracle there. Forgive me if I have trouble shuffling. The heart shape is super hard to shuffle. Um, so Taurus and love connections, please. Taurus and love connections, please. Okay, I think I'm just going to give up on shuffling these too well. Okay, so for love connections for you, Taurus, we have this one here is, oh, lovely. The healing card. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So yeah, once again, I feel as though, you know, even though that looks like quite sexual sort of imagery, I do feel as though we're trying to heal the friendship aspect of connections and relationships. Okay. We also see here, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Okay, so I feel like they said, you already know the answer there, Taurus. So you already know what that's all about. You know who that relationship is talking about. Okay. Um, Now we'll have a look here. Any specifics we can get. So this is letters, months, star signs, and time frames. Taurus and love connections, please. Taurus and love connections. Okay, so we have only got 1 month that has popped out. We actually have not got any signs popping out, any star signs popping out for us there, but we do have the month August. Okay, so, you know, that's sort of within a few months. There may be something important happening in August coming. Something important may have happened in the previous August. You know, it could also be somebody's birth month there as well, Taurus. So somebody who's important to you may have been born in August. But we are also seeing, we have one of the interesting letters that I like to use more as confirmation. There's not many people who have the initial Q, but, you know, so a lot of the time I do feel as though, you know, especially when I have got one of the timing cards that's come out is the divine timing. So, you know, you may be sort of in a bit of a queue, waiting. I'm feeling with that divine timing, and just trusting that you'll get to the front of that line when you're supposed to. Okay. But, you know, Q, the letter Q, if you can think of a certain word like queen or something like that, and you do see some sort of imagery around that letter in the next few days, that's kind of confirmation to you that there was something for you in this reading. I am also seeing the letter D and the letter P as well. Okay, so PD, Police Department. I hope not. All right. But we're also seeing 2 years has popped out as well. Okay. So, like we said, with that divine timing, so certain things might take a bit of time. We could also, I do also feel as though that could have been 2 years ago, that we had that ending in the past that is now important. Okay. So something may have happened 2 years ago that is actually somehow important to you at the moment with your love life, Taurus. So, let me know in the comments how that resonates for you. Everyone that does comment will go in the draw for a free personal reading. But other than that, we'll move over to Gemini. How are we, Gemini? Just doing a quick love reading today. Since the weekly readings didn't really bring much out when it came to love energy, so I just wanted to sort of get a few quick extra messages for everybody there. So Gemini, what's coming up for love connections for Gemini, please? Okay, and advice for Gemini when it comes to love, please. Okay. Okay, so the love energy, we have scissors there, which is very similar to the scythe. This deck has split it up into two cards. So the scissors there talks about cutting away, all right? And I can see straight away what we need to cut away with that snake card there, okay? Because we need to cut away deception, okay? There's some sort of deception. The snake really does talk about quite a lot of different things, all right? And there is actually a second message coming through. I'll get to that in a moment, but the main energy I'm getting is there's some sort of deception that you sort of need to cut free from, all right? And it's going to be like a sudden, with the scissors, it's quite quick and sudden, kind of unexpected deceptions, all right? Unexpectedly cutting away from that, all right? So like a quick cut away from that and breaking free from that pretty quickly. So I feel as though you may already know what this potential deception is, but you know, if not, we'll get to that in your advice, because your advice is actually telling you how to see that deception. But the second message I got there is actually more sort of related with this lily card that has come out third for you there. All right, so the other message could actually be, you know, needing to cut off physical intimacy at this time and focus on emotional intimacy. Okay, so that's not going to be for everybody, but you'll know, I feel, that if that's for you, you'll kind of know that you need to cut away from the physical side of things and focus more on the emotional side of intimacy issues at this time. All right. So, you know, cut free from that temptation to just be physical, and really focus on the more intimate, emotional intimacy side of things with a person. All right. But yeah, in general, if that is someone who, if we are needing to break free of some deception, we're really needing to sort of think about the long-term repercussions as well. You know, if you don't break free from this deception now, how is that going to affect you 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? Okay, so with our advice, we are seeing the cloud, which was followed by the fox there. And then we had the book, which was, to be honest, I was not sure whether to draw a third, but we did get the book come out there. So with the cloud and the fox, that immediately tells me that your advice is to actually get logical, get super clever and cunning, and think this issue over, all right, really, because you're able to work this issue out within your own mind space, I feel, Gemini. You know, the fox does talk about being quite clever and cunning in some scenarios, and with the clouds there, the clouds is all about your thoughts, and sometimes it can be that overthinking kind of vibe, but I'm feeling, though, as advice, it's actually telling, like, I really don't want to be telling anyone to overthink, but like, that's kind of what I'm getting from that is to really overthink, but in a clever way, okay, in a cunning way. You know, be really smart about it and really assess things cleverly. And especially with that fox energy, it's like this deception may be sort of a way that you may know a little bit more about who or what this deception is it may be linked to somebody telling you what they think you want to hear, rather than the full truth. Okay, so spending some time in your thoughts about people around you and about this possible deception, okay, because it's really going to help you work it on out, all right? And then with the book, we are seeing that, you know, you will be able to open the next chapter once you, you know, your advice is to sort of just move on from that, you know, cut out that deception and move on forward. Keep on writing your story. You know, you've got a lot of story left to go. You know, it's an open book with the quills right there ready to go. So you're ready to move into that next chapter and continue writing your own story. All right. I'll get some of the Lover's Oracle for you there, Gemini. These are super hard to shuffle, guys. I'm like struggling. Okay, so Gemini and love connections, please. Gemini and love connections, please. Gemini and love connections, please. Okay, so we're getting this card here, which does say, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. All right, so looking in your mind space to uncover this deception, but then looking, you know, to your heart and soul for answers of, you know, if you could do anything, what would it be? If you could write that next chapter in your life, what exactly would you write? What would you want your story to be? How do you want your story to unfold? All right, and then we have got this card, which does say, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. Okay, so don't resist this change. This you know, the scissors card there is change. It's cutting out things and that's a change. Okay, so don't resist the change. Just cut that out of your life. You don't need that, Gemini. It's not serving you. Okay. We'll get you some of my letters, months, and star signs plus timing. Bit of everything, some further information cards or something I might call them. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. They are, you know, letters like initials, months of the year, star signs, and time frames. So if anyone has suggestions for what I should call this deck so that I can more easily reference it, let me know. I would love to get some help on that. Okay, Gemini and love connections. I keep getting all the really weird ones popping out for everyone. And you are definitely no exception today, Gemini. Okay, well, firstly, we do have a time frame that's popped out. That says 2 months. Okay, so, you know, all this, I kind of intuitively feel that that's talking about the new chapters will be coming in roughly 2 months. So needing to cut that deception out between now and then. All right. Now, the two normal letters I've gotten are R and L. Okay, so they may be initials of yourself or somebody that you are connected to there. Some of the weirder ones that I've pulled out for you today, I find that these actually are a lot of the time going to be talking about, you know, confirmation messages. I've got X marks the spot, Z and V, okay? So like I said, not many people are going to have those initials. You know, obviously there still could be initials, but what I actually find is, you know, a lot of the time they can be confirmation sort of messages. So if you do see something important with X, Z, or V in the next few days, and it kind of makes you think back to hearing me say those letters now, that's sort of confirmation for you that there was something for you in this reading, okay? Oh, excuse me there. I'm just going to have a mouthful of coffee and then I will move on to Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, how are we today? I'm just doing a quick look at love for everybody today. So Cancer and love connections, please. Okay, it's actually telling me to draw the oracle first. Okay, so we've got the Lover's Oracle. Cancer and love connections, please. Whoa. These cards are so hard to shuffle. Bear with me. That was just way too many, so I'll put them back in. Need to like straighten them out or something. They're the most awkward shaped deck, like a love heart shape. Okay, so it is really super hard to shuffle. I've been struggling. It's going to take me some time to really get the hang of shuffling this particular deck. And just try to straighten all the hearts up. I do have a circle deck as well, so the circle deck does seem to be a little bit easier, even though it's still awkward for me because I'm used to shuffling the rectangles. But it is just a little bit easier to shuffle than the heart shapes. Okay, so Cancer and love connections, please. Straighten them all up and then immediately confuse them all again. Cancer and love connections, please. Okay. Okay, so we have, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Okay, so Gemini just got this exact same card, actually. So if you have a strong Gemini placement or your person is a Gemini, that may be important to watch that reading as well. But yeah, if you could do anything, what would you do? You know, asking your heart and soul for the answers rather than your thinking about it too much. Okay, and a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Okay, so there you go. Cancer, you're on somebody's mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a couple of cards to clarify each of those. Doing your reading a little bit different. I've just felt drawn to do it this way for some reason, Cancer. So firstly, I'm nosy, so I really want to see this person that is thinking about Cancer. Can we get some information about this person who is thinking about Cancer, please? Love connection. Okay, so a message for you, the person thinking about you, your love fills me with light. I love you. We have got the Lily card there. So straight away, the Lily card really does talk about emotional intimacy. Okay, so it's an intimacy card. It talks about and in this sense, it's talking about I want to spend the rest of my life with you, Cancer. It really is. Okay, and because it's a long-term card. And then we're sort of seeing the crossroad card there, which was followed by the Tower. All right, so, they know they want to spend the rest of their life with you, but they do feel as though they need to make some decisions or choices or, I feel like it's got to do with something that's happened in the past with this Tower card there, or could also be like something to do with the way that the foundation has been set up between the two of you. Okay, so feeling like they want to strengthen the foundation between the two of you, I feel like that could be, and they're trying to work out how to sort of strengthen the emotional foundation between you. But I feel as though they're coming to some sort of decision. It feels very like they feel like you're their path, but they just don't know which road to take to get to you. Okay, that's what it's feeling like, Cancer. It feels like they're standing at a crossroads, and they know that you're at the end of one of those roads, but they don't know which one, and so they don't know which steps to take in order to get to you and to get to this Lily, spend the rest of their life with you. So I feel as though there may be somebody in your life, Cancer, who wants a little bit of clarity about how can they get, you know, this long-term result with you. So I feel as though this is somebody who wants a long-term connection with you, Cancer, and they're just wanting a bit of clarity about how can we set that foundation up. How can we get a super strong, you know, emotional foundation together that is going to sort of last forever. Yeah, so it feels like they're making some sort of choice, maybe even to about heading towards you, or how. Like I said, it just feels like, how do I get there? They know you're there somewhere. That you're one of the choices. They just don't know which one. They don't know which steps to take to get to you. All right, so um, you may need to sort of, if you do have a particular person and you feel as though that might be about them, you may actually need to, I'll get some advice on that actually. Cancer, advice for Cancer with that person, please. Okay, so for your advice, we've got the Child, the Coffin, and the House. Okay, so what I'm seeing, the coffin in the middle there, the coffin does talk about death and rebirth. All right, so this may actually be someone from your past that you're not actually currently with or in contact with. But it's with the Child. It's talking about, you know, what ended was the like the beginning. The beginning ended with this person, and it's advising you to, um, you know, like close out any immaturity. Any immaturity that was in that connection needs to be sort of that's what needs to be on the closed side of the coffin, the death side of the coffin. The other side of the coffin talks about rebirth. All right, so if there was some sort of immaturity, you know, going on between you and this person, or, you know, it could even just be like not talking, not communicating, not vocalizing, because, you know, a young child can't speak yet. They don't know how to walk until you show them, kind of thing. So it's kind of closing off that energy. Of being in you, you know, like I'm just getting this vibe of, you know, like a little baby that can't express themselves, that really super immaturity level. You know, immaturity may have been an issue in the past between you and this person, but I'm really feeling that that's what we're talking about, that, you know, that the baby wants to express themselves but they can't, and you're needing to close that. Okay, so not being able to express yourself needs to come to an end with this particular person, because then on the rebirth side we have that House energy, and that House energy really does talk about finding stability and security and a sense of home with that person, and so I'm not, I am feeling that there's a strong sense of, you know, you needing to do something here, Cancer, in order to help give this person stability. I don't know why their energy is coming through like that to me, but I am feeling that they kind of need something from you. They need that rebirth from you. Um, you know, they need you to actually. I'm just getting that vibe of, yeah, like, because with the coffin, it's closing out that immaturity, closing out that infancy stage. So growing, you know, they need, and like I said, with that Child card, be that unable to talk vibe, closing that out and actually talking, in order to create that stability and security with this person. Okay, so that may not resonate for everybody, but that's what I'm getting from that particular message there. So it is what it is, okay? um, okay, and then the other one, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. The heart is the gateway to the soul. Okay, so we'll ask for advice for Cancer in how to receive answers from their heart space, please. Okay, so we are seeing the book followed by the dog and the birds. Okay, so straight away with the book and the dog, that's a pretty straightforward message. That's you know, normally the book talks about new chapters, you know, writing the next part of your story. The dog does talk about you know, issues of loyalty, compassion, but friendship. Okay, its main influence is friendship there. Okay, so I do feel as though this is just talking about a new friend in your life, in your heart space. Okay, so if there's a newer friend in your heart space that you do you know, already feel a lot of loyalty and compassion towards, they are actually going to have some answers for you as well of how to connect to your heart space. Okay, because with the birds there we do find chatter. You know, it's a communication card in a lot of ways. So I do feel as though this is talking about talking things through with a friend, and it's probably a newer friend or a friend who's just had some really big changes in their life. All right, and it's talking things through with that person. You know, chatting with that person. You know, it could also be a phone call as well, but is definitely and, you know, if it's not an actual person, it's just talking about, you know, with the book, it could talk about sitting down and actually writing these things out. Like, I want to get in touch with my heart space. I want to know, I want to look into, you know, if I could do anything, what do I want to do? And actually physically writing it down. And then with the birds, it talks about, it could talk also about, you know, having that sense of excitement for new chapters coming into your life, for new avenues of loyalty within your life. Okay, so a bit of a cross message there, but, you know, that's what I'm getting. Once again, Cancer, it is what it is. Like, I can only say what I see, but I'll grab you a couple of my letters, months, and signs, as well as timing here. I'll call them, I'm just going to call them, I don't know, clarification of some sort. All right. Cancer and love, please. Okay, so what I've done when I've drawn those, I didn't even mean to, but I've kind of drawn them onto um the separate sides there where we're talking about those two separate sort of things. So the first one there, when we were talking about that that person trying to make a choice, a message for you that I you know, I love you kind of message. I am seeing 2 years and March are both coming through there. All right. So 2 years ago may have been important within that connection. Like I said, it could be someone from the past. So 2 years ago, something important might have happened. March may have been important to that connection. March could also be, you know, somebody's birth month, those kinds of things. And we are seeing the letter I as well on that side of the board there. Okay, so I feel as though that's talking about in, that's actually not an initial as such. I feel as though that's inspiring you, Cancer, to kind of turn around and be like, you know, because what we talked about with that person, that I felt that you kind of needed to talk to that person or do something to, you know, help that person make that choice towards you somehow. I feel as though that's you just needing to be like, I feel this way. I want this. Okay. Now with that second message there, the if you could do anything, what would it be? We are getting Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio may be an important sign for you or somebody. It may also be talking about Scorpio season coming up in the next sort of end of the month, end of the year, I should say. October, November, I think Scorpio is. And then we're getting D and O. So once again, I'm feeling they may not be initials that might be saying, oh my goodness, do you know what I just realized? I do. Okay. Okay, Cancer. That's fun. So I had to point it out. As soon as I saw it, I had to point it out, okay? Because D and O obviously spells do. So once again, when I was saying with the I want this, I feel this, um, do. It's kind of like an action verb inspiring you to take action of some sort, Cancer. So, you know, but obviously it could be initials as well. Somebody may have D or O as an initial in their name. Okay, but that's what we've got for you today, Cancer. Make sure you leave a comment and let me know if that resonated for you or not. If you know who that person we were talking about is that does love you. Sorry, I said that weird. But yeah, let me know. And if you do leave a comment, you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. So make sure you subscribe to keep updated about that. Okay, so Leo, how are we today, Leo? Just putting your timestamps down there. Just looking today at love. So what's coming up for love connections for Leo, please? Love connections for Leo, please. Okay, and I'm just going to ask for clarity on that third one. Can I just get clarity on that third one? Is that a person, please? Okay. Okay. So we are getting the mountain followed by the crossroad. And straight away with the mountain and crossroad there, we are seeing, some sort of challenges or delays in making choices, choosing what path to take towards love coming through for you there, Leo. Okay, so I am feeling that it could more likely be some sort of a delay, all right, because with the mountain and then the crossroad, it really does talk about I feel as though you're sort of delaying making some choice, delaying making steps to follow a certain path one way or another. All right. And you're sort of delaying this trek up the mountain because, there may be a little bit of hard work involved in making this choice, in choosing this path for you. So, um, definitely could be some sort of obstacle on your path, some sort of challenge or delay, like I said, on your path in the near future when it comes to love and love connections. But, obviously it can talk about, with the mountain, there always comes a lot of opportunity as well, all right? So once you get to the top of that mountain, then you can see your way clear, all right? And then you can work out which path is the best way down the mountain, all right? You can see everything from the top. So sometimes it does talking about, putting in a bit of work so that you can see clear the path that you want to take next, all right? Because with the crossroad, we do have a path, a choice needing to be made there, choosing which path to take. And now I did get that tower energy coming out, as well as that being clarified by the cross. All right, so it does just sort of feel to me that it's some sort of with the cross can mean a few different things, and it is quite a spiritual, religious kind of card. It can talk about destiny and, trusting in God, so to speak. But with the tower there, I am feeling that it's more of a burden on you with these other cards as well. All right, so I feel like it's talking about, past burdens are impacting you not choosing to climb this mountain and choose your path. Things that have happened in the past may actually be, like a bit of a cross to bear, so to speak, for you, a little bit of a burden, and they're holding you back. all right, from making this choice. So the hard work that you might need to do might be involved, like might actually be to take some time to yourself. The Tower can also talk about, solitude as well. So I'm feeling that message coming through pretty strongly as well, that solitude is kind of destined in order to help lift this burden, to remove these obstacles for you. So I do feel, Leo, um, that's a pretty intact sort of message. I will I will ask for you, rather than get advice, because I feel as though that's what the Tower and Cross was sort of alluding to there. We will ask Leo and any specific connection they are thinking of, please. Leo and a specific connection they are thinking of, please. Okay, and why is that important for Leo, please? Why is that important for Leo? We've got the ring at the bottom of the deck there too, Leo, but we are seeing the crown, which is one of the cards that's unique to this deck. We do have the garden, and then when I ask why that's important to Leo, we are seeing the house. Okay, so it's important to you, Leo, because you're needing to find stability and security within yourself, needing to sort of find home within yourself, and home within this. You may feel that home is within this person as well. So I feel like that's why it's important within this connection, is to that sense of family. All right, this person may feel like your family, and there's something going on at the moment where you actually are sort of needing to stand in your power. Okay, so the crown really does talk about standing in your own power, and with the house there too, and the tower, where you're the king of the castle, Leo. All right, so act like it is what I want to say there. We with the garden, we might find somebody in a position of power might be inviting us somewhere, and it's going to actually have an impact on that connection. It can also just talk about meeting up with that person, or meeting up with friends as well, because it is a social sort of card. Social meeting places is what this one sort of vibes of, and standing in your power in social situations, and allowing you to have that crown resting on your head, and not being overwhelmed and overshadowed, out crowned or dethroned by other people around you. So in social situations, especially standing in your power at the moment, and sort of standing in that power, like it may be your family, all right? It may be your family that is, affecting this connection somehow, all right? So make sure you're standing in your power, and, standing, if you have a connection and you guys, like, for example, go to visit family or anything like that, and someone in your family says something to your partner or whatever, I would be definitely reading this as standing up for them in those sorts of situations, and making sure that you're standing strong and powerful, and sort of protective a little bit too of your of your person, if that's a situation that you're put in, where you're with family and somebody treats them badly or something like that. You need to stand up for them. The crown really is the leader, and they run the whole ship. Okay, so that needs to be you at this time, Leo. All right, I'll grab some of the Lovers Oracle for Leo, please. Leo and love connections, please. Okay. I had two that wanted to fly on out. So imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Okay. So stop thinking negative things, and creating room for new opportunities and possibilities. All right. We do talk about opportunities with that mountain card as well. So, you may have some, maybe just sort of just letting us know to look at any hard work that's going to, you know, be on your path, any challenges that are on your path, looking at them in a new light, in order to create new opportunities and possibilities for yourself in that aspect. Then we also have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Okay, so I feel that's pretty standalone, that one. But I'll grab some of these cards for you as well. This is just, you know, like initials, months, star signs, and timing cards. Leo and love connections, please. Leo and love connections, please. Okay, not actually getting any star signs. We've got 1 week. Okay, so I feel as though that's going to be talking about that, when we saw that crown, garden, and house energy, something may be occurring within the next week, in regard to that there. We do also have the 2-month card has come out. So I feel as though that's you overcoming these obstacles, and that might be the delay. The delay might be 2 months, and needing to really sit with yourself and take some time to go through things yourself over that time, all right? We do have the letter F, the letter T, the letter O, as well as the letter J. Okay, so those may be important initials for you or your person. They may be the name of, you know, for some of you, that definitely is going to be a family member saying something to somebody, and you needing to stand up for that person. So that could also be, you know, one of their initials. That's sort of a thing. You know, they obviously important somehow. So, you know, leave me a comment and let me know how that resonates for you, in particular, Leo. And everyone that does comment will go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. But I'll move on to Virgo there. Hi there, Virgo. How are we today? Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry if there was a weird skip there. I just had to pause the video for a second. We are just looking at love today. So love for Virgo, please. Okay, so that was quite interesting. When I've just pulled those cards out, okay, the first card I got was the snake card there. And then when I drew the second card and sat it down next to the snake, it actually like pushed the snake across the table. So that's the scissors there, okay, and you can kind of imagine the scissors are quite like they cut away. Okay, so they've pushed that snake energy away when I've sat them down. So that's really interesting with the way, you know, the meanings of the cards, and it's kind of shown me a physical representation of that as well. So straight away I can tell you that we are talking about, you know, cutting away deception and cutting away temptation, you know, false desire, that kind of a thing. You know, at the moment, that snake card can sometimes talk about deception. In this particular deck, it does sometimes more talk about deception than in some of the others. But, you know, we are having to make a quick cut, having to quickly cut that deception out of our lives when it comes to love. And I do feel as though it may actually be talking about sort of self-deception and some sort of, you know, like temptations that you're having to quickly cut from your life. All right. So that's going to be different for every single one of you out there. But I feel like you may probably know what I'm talking about already. Because then it's going to lead to this anchor energy, okay? And so the anchor energy is sort of standing firm, staying put. You know, this deception or temptation may have been weighing very heavily on you and making you feel stuck when it comes to love, all right? I'll get some advice for you with love. That's a pretty straightforward message there. Okay, so advice for Virgo with love, please. Okay, why the third card, please? Why the third card? Okay. All right. So once again, it's pretty straightforward for you today, Virgo. We have the cross there, and straight away that's telling me, the cross can have a few meanings, especially when the next card is the mountain. Okay, so there's some sort of like cross you've to bear, that's something that you has felt like a bit of a burden to you, some sort of obstacle that you're needing to overcome when it comes to this deception. Okay, it's talking about that directly, I feel. But it's kind of telling us to trust in the divine, trust in God, whatever it is that you believe in, trust in that. That you will be able to climb this mountain, you will be able to get over this obstacle, this challenge. You will be able to quickly cut it out of your life. All right, because the mountain really does talk about overcoming obstacles in order to see the opportunities. All right, and I do. The third card I had there was the cloud, which then I've clarified that with the clover. Okay, and whatever this is, it's something that you have been sort of overthinking. You may have had a little bit of anxiety involving this issue, but the clover is just sort of letting us know, take that risk. Good fortune follows, and it's talking about taking a chance. So once again, I feel that that's referring to cutting this energy out altogether. Take that risk, take that chance to cut it out, and it will lead to good fortune. You may be overthinking cutting this out and not willing to sort of cut it out because you've sort of been trapped in your thoughts about this issue, up to this point. It may have just been burdensome, something that you've been carrying on your shoulders for a while there, overthinking it and getting a bit anxious about it. And it's telling you to take the chance to just have a clean cut and move away from that energy, all right? Now we'll grab you a few lovers oracle there. I'm just oh, and side note, the I can hear my music playing in the background. I hope it's not loud enough to hear because YouTube rules and that. But the affirmations song by Snoop Dogg has just started playing, so that may be important to you as well at the moment, Virgo. There may be something for you in that particular song, and I love this song, so it's it's such a great song. It's a kid's song, all right, and it's all about affirmations, all right. So if you haven't heard it, I think it's it's Snoop Dogg, but I think it might be called Doggy Land or something like that. But if you like Google it or YouTube it, you'll come across it. It's lovely, and like I said, it's a kid's song, so you'll know the one when you see it. Okay, but it's called Affirmations. All right. So I hadn't even asked yet. um, I'm gonna take that one because it did sort of fly out for you there, Virgo. Um, Virgo and love connections, please. Virgo and love connections. So yeah, it definitely was supposed to fly out, judging off that second card. That second card there is the Twin Flames card. I'll show you that side there. It does say your passion ignites. Okay, and that the other one there was sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. All right. So obviously, I feel that you whatever we're needing to cut out of our life, it's not that relationship, obviously. Okay, it's something to do with you following temptations, things like that. All right, and possible self-deception as well. So cutting that out, and and you've got this perfect union with the twin flames and the sacred union cards. So if you don't cut that out, it may actually affect that connection in a negative way. All right, but I'll grab you some of these extra information cards. I'm still no idea what to call this deck. It's just like letters or like initials, months and star signs, as well as timing. So if anyone's got any ideas for what I should call this deck so I can easily reference it, let me know. Okay, Virgo and love connections, please. Virgo and love connections, please. there you go. You guys are the first sign to have any of the actual star signs come out with this deck today, which interestingly enough, we have the Virgo card. So obviously you guys are Virgo, but you may also be dealing with somebody else with strong Virgo placement. I also have the Libra card there. So you or somebody else may have that Libra placement, as well as Gemini. You or someone else may have that placement. It can also talk about those as time frames as well. Okay, so you know, Gemini season is actually about to start. We're not far off, so you know things might be sort of happening pretty quickly for you there. We do also have the month of April and the month of December. Okay, so those 2 months may be important in your connection for some reason. For you, they may be somebody's birth month, or things may be happening in those months, or have happened just in April there, last month, you know, coming up in December. We also have the letter F. Okay, so for some reason I just felt very Sesame Street then when I said the letter F. So I'm getting a few little weird pop culture references for you today. Like the letter of the day is F. Okay, so if you have, you know, some of your initial may have an F in it, you may have some random Sesame Street F reference that I don't get. I don't get that one. I did watch Sesame Street this morning with my son, so, but the letter of the day was C, not F, so that's bizarre. But you may actually be seeing the letter F somewhere in somehow being important and standing out to you. It might just be confirmation that this there was something for you in this particular reading. All right, Virgos. Sorry if I've gone a bit silly on us there, but what can I say? What can I say? You know, random Sesame Street jumping in my head. I can't help it. After just, you know, talking about how Snoop Dogg, that song is a, you know, a kid's song. So somehow kids might be important to you as well, Virgo. But, you know, leave me a comment and let me know how that resonated for you. And, you know, anyone that comments will also go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But moving on to Libra, how are we today, Libra? Just looking at love today. Libra and love connections, please. Libra and love connections, please. Wow. Okay, Libra, we have a lovely connection. I don't know whether this is a current connection or a future connection coming in. What I want to do is I actually want to use this deck immediately and see if we can get any specific time frames for you there, Libra, because I just have a feeling that this may not have come in yet, Libra, but we'll see. Libra and important love connections, please. Libra and important love connections, please. Okay, so this deck does have letters like initials, months, star signs, and timing. None of the timing cards have come out for us, okay? And even when I look at the bottom of the deck or split the deck, I couldn't see any time frames. So the closest we've got for time frames for you, we have August as well as Leo, okay? So I'm just counting June, July, August. So Leo season is covering August there. Okay, so August and Leo season may be important. This may be when this connection is coming in for you. Okay, or the person may actually be a Leo or born in August. All right, so something quite important. I do feel as though it is talking directly about somebody coming in for you then. You know, like I said, I wasn't sure if it was a current energy, like it's already in your energy, that this person is there, but I'm just not sure whether you actually consciously are aware of it yet or not. But we are seeing the letter R, the letter N, the letter J, and the letter C. Okay, so they may be important initials for you or your person that's coming up for you there. Now, the reason I've sort of said it's such a beautiful connection coming up for you there, we do have the lily, which was followed by the ring. All right. And then on the other side of the ring, we had the house as well. All right. So, we are looking at a connection. We are looking at a potential relationship, and it's going to be with that lily. It's going to be like a super emotionally intimate, and just intimate in general relationships. So, intimacy covers a lot more than just physical intimacy or emotional intimacy. It's like that soul connection kind of intimacy. I feel coming from that today. And the lily does have like a huge amount of longevity with it as well. It is like the most long-term card in the Lenormand. So, this is sort of looking at the relationship that you may be wanting to spend the rest of your life with this person, kind of energy with that there. All right. And then the house energy, once again, beautiful. Someone that you want to start a family with, someone that you are going to find that stability and security with. Okay. So that's looking like super lovely. I wish I was a Libra today. But I'll grab some Lovers Oracles and see if we can just get another layer of information for you there. Libra and love connections, please. These ones are super hard to shuffle. Okay, yeah, so here we go. This is like, firstly, we have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that it all will work out for the best. Okay, so what's important right now is just trusting in the universe, in God, that relationship is on its way. I feel, at the moment, you're just needing some space. It's not quite ready to come into fruition. Just needing to take some reflection, of how you are going to be the best partner you can possibly be when this does come in. And then we have the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. All right. So, wonderful message for you today, Libra. If you are looking for a connection, it's definitely on its way. All right. So obviously, if you are already in a connection, we may just be talking about a new phase within that connection coming through for you, in the next sort of few months. All right. But, leave me a comment and let me know if that resonated with you guys at all anyway. All right. But we'll move on to Scorpio. How are we, Scorpio? Just looking at love today. So Scorpio and love connections, please. Scorpio and love connections, please. Okay. Okay, so I feel as though we've got a bit of advice for you coming through today, Scorpio. Okay, so I'll ask directly. Do we have any new love connections headed through for Scorpio? Okay, awesome. Okay, Scorpio. With love connections in general, like I said, this first message feels as though it's more along the lines of advice for you yourself. We do have the tree and the anchor there, which are followed by the cross. Okay, so you can sort of see that beautiful tree there. And you can even see in this tree image, it does sort of look like the wind is pushing it to the side there, and it's standing firm, standing strong, which with the anchor there, that's what we're talking about, sturdiness and staying put, staying strong. Okay, and then with the cross, we are talking about, I do feel as though it's talking about trusting in God, trusting in faith. You know, no matter what you believe, it's just having that faith that things are going to work out exactly as they are supposed to. And at the moment, with the tree and the anchor energy, you know, the tree is also all about self-growth, but in this kind of with the anchor there, like I said, I do feel as though it's talking about standing firm, standing strong, being able to weather any storm, you know, swaying with the wind, letting your branches bend but not break, that kind of a vibe I'm getting from the tree today. And the anchor is, yeah, definitely talking about staying put in one place, not letting the rough ocean throw you around. Okay, so you know, whatever comes your way, you know, weathering that storm one way or another, you know, through your self-growth, through just standing firm in your beliefs, and definitely through, you know, standing firm in the belief that everything is going to work out how it is supposed to, when it's supposed to. That really does talk about, you know, destiny and the divine, all right? And then when I ask about is there a specific connection coming through for you? We do have the key, which was followed by the clover there. Okay, so the clover is like super good luck card. The key is all about success and new doors opening for us, all right? So, you know, definitely something headed on through in the near future for you there. You know, a lot of successful opportunities, you know, and with the clover, sometimes it can talk about taking a chance, taking a risk to you know, step outside of your comfort zone and, you know, follow your heart when it comes to certain things or people. Okay, so, but there's definitely some, you know, very positive connection coming up for you, I believe. Okay, but we'll have a look with the oracle here, the Lover's Oracle I've got. Okay, so Scorpio and love connections, please. Well, one flew out already. Scorpio and love connections, please. Okay, so sorry. We have the secret admirer card. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Okay, so this person already in your energy, there may be somebody around you. They may already be in your sort of orbit already, and I feel as though you may be their secret admirer or they may be your secret admirer, and we're just sort of not taking that chance on it yet. You know, so but then we also have beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, so maybe just needing to reflect a little bit. We did see the tree come through there. So, you know, that talking about self-growth, it could be just talking about you know, being more aware of what you're projecting when it comes to love qualities, and also, you know, looking at other people, and you know, the reflection of yourself within past connections, and that kind of a thing as well. But you know, when the time is right, you'll know when to take that chance, I believe, Scorpio. But we'll grab you some of these extra information cards. Okay, Scorpio and love connections, please. Scorpio and love connections. Okay, I'm getting like quite a lot of months coming out for you, Scorpio. We do have the letter P coming out. So the letter P may be somebody's initial, or it may be like there may be a word that starts with P, that if you do hear a word that starts with P in your head right now, and you do sort of see something that relates to that in the next few days, it might just let you know that there's something in this reading for you. All right. Now, so we are seeing March and April, all right? And now that March and April, that's kind of the end of Aries, start oh no, hang on, end of Pisces, start of Aries season. Okay, so you know, there may be someone important to you who is a Pisces. That may be this person coming in for you. They may be a Pisces, or something important might be happening in March or April. We do have quite a few months, like I said. We also have July and October. I think October is one of the Scorpio months, is it not? But July as well. So, you know, that's probably the closest time we have here. These ones have just sort of passed. But we do have, yeah, March, April, July, and October have all come through for you there. But I am seeing the 6 to 12 month card as well. So we might be looking at something that, you know, this connection might just take a little bit of time to come in there for you. But that's probably why we're seeing that cross card, to have that faith that it's definitely on its way. It's definitely in the energy. It's just a matter of, you know, coming into fruition. All right. So we'll move over to Sagittarius. How are we, Sagittarius? Just trying to make our, sure I've got my timestamps written for everybody. But we're looking today at love. So Sagittarius and love connections, please. Sagittarius and love connections. Wow, that looks super positive, Sagittarius. We are seeing the Sun card, the Cross card, followed by the Bouquet card there. Okay, so we are seeing, you know, I am getting a bit of a vibe here that these two cards are surrounding this cross energy, and the cross energy is kind of letting us know that we do need to trust in, you know, our faith, have faith that you know, love is on the way, kind of a vibe I'm getting from that. You know, it does feel as though it's surrounded by these other two energies. Okay, so they're both, I'm feeling that this is the central energy, that you need to have faith that it is coming, that it will happen when it's supposed to happen for you. You know, you may be sort of overthinking it a little bit at the moment. But like I said, I do feel as though these other two energies are sort of holding that down a bit. So, you know, not holding it down in a negative way, but just that the cross is the central energy coming through there. And we do have on either side of that the Sun and the Bouquet. Okay, so the Sun really does talk about things coming to light, things being revealed when it comes to having that faith. Okay, so I feel as though, you know, something might get revealed to you, something might come to light and give you sort of reason to trust a little bit more that this definitely is coming. All right, because it's definitely on its way. I can feel that straight away with that divine card in the center. It does feel as though it is sort of destined to happen for you. It's just a matter of when, I feel. All right, and then we are seeing the Bouquet as well. So the Bouquet is kind of, I feel like it's just kind of reminding, well, firstly, it is letting us know that we will get that reward eventually, all right? But the most important thing I'm getting with that Bouquet is that you need to focus on your giving and receiving love energy. Okay, the Bouquet really does talk about giving in order to receive as well. Okay, so I feel as though that may actually be a little bit of something that is holding this back from, you know, and that's why we're having to possibly wait, is because it's this, you need to really finesse your giving and giving of yourself. Okay, not just giving physical gifts or anything like that, but giving of yourself, revealing yourself to other people, revealing you know, your inner self to other people, and then you will be able to receive that from them as well. All right, so it's kind of letting us know, be in quite a happy giving mood, and that's going to sort of really help you maintain that faith as well. All right, okay, and so near future love connection for Sagittarius, please. Okay, so what I'm actually seeing is that there may be something coming up before a more divine union. All right, you may actually be currently in a connection, or you will be having another connection before the sort of divine connection that cross is holding out for. All right, so we are seeing sort of new chapters opening up. It is a straightforward message. So we have the book, so talking about new chapters opening up for you, a new opportunity, a new person coming in, basically. It's going to be a very physical connection. All right, this next connection that comes your way is probably going to be a physical based connection. It may be a shorter term connection. All right, but it is just but one page, I feel, in your book. Okay, and it will actually, there's an opportunity within that for you to use that for self growth with that tree. All right, so you do need to have another experience with somebody else before you get that divine connection come on in, and there's a certain lesson that you need to learn before we can move on to that divine union that I'm feeling up there with that cross. And so this particular physical relationship may be where we can have that opportunity to practice giving in order to receive. All right, so when you do come into this physical connection with somebody, I would really be focusing on giving to that, and giving your all, not just physically but emotionally as well. Give your heart a bit too. There's always that risk that your heart will get broken, as we know, but if we already are aware that it's probably only going to be a shorter term physical connection, and you're prepared for that, but you're just willing to learn that lesson, that you're looking for that lesson. All right. But I'll get some of the Lovers Oracle for us here. And I'll actually ask Sagittarius and Divine Connection, please. Sagittarius and Divine Love Connection, please. These cards are so hard to shuffle. Sagittarius and Divine Love Connection. Okay, so firstly we have transformation. All right, so that does say your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, so this deeper connection, this more divine connection, it may actually be stemming from this physical connection. You might be getting into it thinking it's just a short-term physical connection, and then it actually transforms. But I do feel as though that's going to be more to do with that lesson that we need to look at. In order to transform yourself into the energy to have this deeper connection, you are needing to sort of hit some sort of transformation, some self-growth. All right, and because then we do see, when it comes to divine love connection, a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. All right. So, even if you haven't met this person yet, it feels as though they may be trying to manifest you, without even knowing you. They may be trying to manifest love, the same kind of love that you're trying to manifest. Okay. So you guys actually, when you are trying to manifest love, it is quite important to, have this kind of energy towards your, soulmate, or whatever, to already love them before you've even met them, and to sort of be thinking about that aspect. So I feel as though that's what's happening here, is that, your person, the person who's supposed to be your person, they're already thinking of you, and they already love you, and your love fills them with light. They already feel loved by you. You just may not have actually physically met yet. Okay. But we'll get some of these extra cards for you there. So Sagittarius and important love connections, please. Okay, so we are seeing the 6 to 12 months card. Okay, so this, yeah, it could take a little bit of time before this is sort of happening for us there, Sagittarius. We also are seeing the month of September. Okay, so and I believe this actually crosses over with one of the star signs I've pulled for you as well. So I feel as though this may actually be a Libra born in September. All right, that we're looking at. A Libra that's born in September may be important. We also see Gemini on the deck there too. So, you know, Gemini season may be important. That's next month, all right. So you may meet them next month even, but you know, nothing sort of really happening until 6 to 12 months, and realizing, you know, because I'm feeling that this may be more to do with the cross energy, all right. So it may not actually become a divine connection until 6 to 12 months, but you may be getting into this physical connection in Gemini season there. Okay. I also am seeing the letter M as well as the letter V there. Okay, so they may be somebody's initials, or, you know, especially with the letter V, not very often is that an initial, although I am hearing the word Valerie coming through right there, and Vaughn actually too. That's so bizarre. I just had two names. Like, I have not thought of any names um, to do with the letter V up until right now. I heard Valerie and Vaughn very clearly. So, you know, that they may be important to somebody out there. But also, you know, it could also be a word that starts with the letter V. And if you do hear a word that starts with the letter V in the next few days, or you've got one popping into your head right now, and then you do have that word popping up in the next few days, and it reminds you of me saying this now, you will sort of know that there was something for you in this reading as well. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to take a quick pause for a drink, and then I'll move on. Okay. Okay, so moving on to Capricorn. How are we, Capricorn? Just looking today at love messages. So, Capricorn and love connections, please. Capricorn and love connections. Okay, and can I just get clarity on that message, please? And advice for Capricorn when it comes to love connections, please. Okay, yeah. All right, Capricorn. I'm feeling that, you know, our central energy there is the mountain card. And then on either side of that, I had the house as well as the crown, which I've clarified that message with the bouquet. Okay, so we are talking about, you know, I feel as though we're talking about being a little bit more intimate with yourself. With that bouquet, you know, we're talking about, you know, giving a little bit more. All right. And with the mountain as the central energy, we are sort of talking about, that is the Capricorn card too, by the way. But we are sort of talking about perseverance and determination, and just giving a little bit more hard work to get to the top of the mountain. All right. It is your central energy. So, you know, I feel as though what's sort of happening here is, you know, the house is sort of at the bottom of that mountain, and you kind of, it feels as though it's hard work for you to leave your security, to leave your stability at the moment. You're feeling quite stable and secure at the moment, and you're not wanting to leave that. You're not wanting to take any risks away from that. You're not wanting to put any hard work in. You know, to get to the top of the mountain, but the house is the bottom of the mountain. All right, so we are actually needing to leave, you know, the safety of our home, the safety of our little nest here. This one is it's a house sitting in a nest. Okay, so it really is talking about, you know, you're sitting in your safety net right now, but you know, you're not actually persevering to put in any work. So it feels as though you do need to give a little bit of work when it comes to love, and put in a little bit more when it does come to love. All right. Because then at the top of that mountain, we have that crown, okay? And so when you get to the top of the mountain, you really will be truly in your power, and you will truly be, you know, the Capricorns that we all know and love, you know, with their little crown atop their head. Um, you know, kings and queens of the mountain, so to speak, you know. Because Capricorns are more than capable of climbing that mountain, all right. And when you get to the top of that, you know, when you do put in a bit of hard work to sort of come out of your comfort zone, when it comes to love, you really will be truly in your power, and that's when we really will see, you know, all that effort that you've put in, all that hard work that you've put in to love, it will start to come back to you, because the bouquet is a sort of, it's giving and receiving, but it also does talk about, you know, rewards and that pleasurable side of things as well. So, you know, that's what's waiting for you at the top of the mountain. So don't hesitate to overcome any obstacles or issues any challenges you're facing when it comes to love connections. You know, don't hesitate to put in that hard work, because it's really going to lead you to a much better position. You may feel as though you need to be in your safety net, you need to stay in the nest, but from what I'm sort of seeing there, Capricorn, especially when I've asked for advice there, you know, we are seeing that some new energies are on the way in when it comes to love connections. So putting in that hard work now, giving a little bit more now, is really going to serve you well, all right? What we've got coming in there, we have the garden, and this was like sort of the advice for you, okay? So we have the garden, we have the stork, and then we have the lily, all right? So that's just a quick little, you know, as advice that is coming through as, you know, a quick little storyline, okay? So what we're seeing is, you know, get out there, get social, get out there. Get yourself out there at the moment, Capricorn. The garden's all about meeting places, and, you know, if you're invited somewhere to actually attend the event, those sorts of things, because then that will stir up this new energy. All right, the stalk stirs up new. It stirs everything up. It stirs that nest up and brings in new, fresh energy. All right, and then we've got the lily. So leading to the lily is long term, you know, intimacy. Okay, so it's a very long term card, the lily, and it does talk quite a lot about intimacy. So not just physical intimacy, but the emotional intimacy. So if you're sitting here watching a love reading, that's what you want. So that's your advice. You know, get yourself out there, get out and about, be social, you know, don't hide yourself away in your house, climb that mountain and get out there at the moment, Capricorn. But well, grab a couple of oracle for Capricorn and important love connections, please. Capricorn and important love connections, please. Okay, so yeah, so similar messages to what we just heard. All right, so we have close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Okay, so like I said, climb that mountain, Capricorn. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. All right, so that's talking about following your heart, Capricorn. I'll grab some of these sort of clarification cards here as well. Okay, Capricorn and love connections, please. Capricorn and love connections. Capricorn and love connections. Okay, so the letters that I've drawn, I don't feel as though these are probably not initials. Okay, I have got the letter Y. The letter X marks the spot. We've seen this one so many times during the weekly readings there. And U, okay? So I feel like you, it's all up to you, Capricorn, is what we're seeing with the letter U there. I don't feel as though that's an initial at all. I feel as though that's talking about you, Capricorn. We did see the Capricorn card come out as that mountain there. So it's really talking about you needing to actually, get out and about, take some action to inspire more love into your life, Capricorn. X marks the spot. So if that means anything to anyone there, X, it may be something important. You may see the letter X or a big X somewhere, and that'll be kind of confirmation to you that there was something for you in this reading today. And why? Maybe that's a question, Capricorn. Why? Why are we not climbing that mountain? Why are we staying in our security nest? So a bit random there. But I do also have December has come out. So a lot of the Capricorns who are watching may be December Capricorns. I myself am a December Capricorn. Only just, but I am a December Capricorn. We also have Taurus and Gemini coming out. Okay, so Taurus and Gemini, that's it's currently Taurus season. That's ending in this next week or so and going into Gemini season. Okay, so we're looking at pretty current energy here. I don't feel as though this is actually talking about anyone's particular sign. It may be talking about a Taurus or a Gemini, but I feel as though it's talking about that, Taurus Gemini season. All right, so I believe that finishes on like the 21st or 22nd. So around the 21st, somewhere from the 20th to the 23rd may be an important date. Okay, so if you get invited somewhere social, later this month, I would suggest get out there, climb that mountain, Capricorn, because it's looking to be like a very important time frame. Okay, that Taurus and Gemini sort of cusp period does feel super important there. Okay, but let me know in the comments if that resonates for you guys. Anyone that does comment will also go in the draw for a free personal reading. And, make sure you subscribe so you can keep updated as to when that's drawn. But we'll move on to Aquarius. How are we today, Aquarius? Just looking at love and love connections. Love and love connections for Aquarius, please. Oh, it's wanting some more shuffling. I have been doing quite a few readings today, so definitely needing a good shuffle. Aquarius and love connections, please. Okay, and advice for Aquarius with love connections, please. Advice for Aquarius with love, please. Advice for Aquarius, please. Okay, so I have actually pulled out both female and male energy here, okay? Slightly different referencing. First and foremost, all right, when we've asked about love connections, we have seen the book coming out by itself there. So that's talking about new chapters coming in for you, the possible new connections coming in for you there, Aquarius. Writing, being the author of your own book in life there, writing the next chapter for your story. Okay, so I do feel as though we're really talking about something new coming in for you there, and it's going to be what's quite interesting to me is I'm only sort of getting one kind of message from these two cards here, which I've got the birds and the female card there. Okay, so like I said, we've got both masculine and feminine energy coming through. Now, normally I don't like to genderize the male and female, but I am feeling that this female card is talking about a female presence in your life. Could be someone important to you, like a mother figure, that kind of a thing. But like I said, I'm only getting sort of one message from this, but there's going to be an important phone call or important communication, having a chat with this female. All right, you may hear some sort of gossip from this female. You may have a chat with this female. They may phone call you, this particular female. All right, and I feel as though that's what's going to help you move into this new chapter in love somehow, in some way, shape, or form. That phone call is important to help you move into that next phase. So I can't see clearer than that on that particular message. Like none of the other messages that sometimes come through with those cards are coming through at all. So yeah, it is what it is. I can only say what I see. And then when we're asking for advice for you, all right, we are seeing the ring and the male. So once again, that's a pretty clear message to me. With the ring, we do see some sort of connection, some sort of relationship. So your advice is to, within relationships, be, channel your more masculine elements. All right. So, with the more masculine elements, we're talking about like thinking things through logically rather than emotionally, being quite stoic and maybe not sharing our emotions too much, you know, being quite, not in a bad way, but controlling and dominative um, of yourself, so being in control of yourself, having a sense of control within relationships, around you. So, whether or not that's love connections or just in general, it is your advice to help support you with love connections at this time. All right. So if you are already in a connection, you may need to stand up for yourself a little bit more, be a little bit more authoritative, and logical with the way that you're coming across within the connection. All right, and we are also seeing the mouse card there. Okay, so the mouse card is another one. It normally is seen as a more negative card, talking about loss and things like that. But I'm actually feeling it's talking about this why we need, like, your as advice. I feel it's kind of letting you know not to let things eat away at you too much. When we saw the male energy there, that not let your emotions eat away at you, and steal the logic from the situation. That's kind of what I'm getting from that, which to be completely honest, that's a bit of an odd message for the Lenormand to be giving me, because, like I said, that mouse card normally does talk more directly about more sort of negative aspects. So, but it's not really coming through as negative. It's kind of just coming through as like, just don't let it eat away at you. Like, as advice, it's kind of saying don't let these things eat away at you. Stand up for yourself. It's kind of what I'm getting from that. All right, but we'll grab you some of the Lovers Oracle there. So Aquarius and love connections, please. Aquarius and love connections, please. One more shuffle. Whoop, okay. I knew there was one that would flip. Okay, Aquarius and love connections, please. Oh, that's too many. Way too many. Sorry. Aquarius and love connections, please. There we go. Okay, so the one that just fell out there, that one is when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love, okay? And then we do have this one coming out. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Okay, so when we were talking about you may get a phone call from a female, they may actually, that may be what that phone call is about. Oh, look, I heard so and so's got a bit of a crush on you, or they're interested in you. That may be what that's about. You never know. Or it might be someone that you have a crush on, and then that phone call is giving you some information about, oh, guess who's single now, or something like that. But we'll get you some of these sort of clarification cards here. Aquarius and love connections, please. Whoa. I'm throwing my cards haywire today, Aquarius. Aquarius and love connections, please. You're not even giving me a chance to grab the cards. They're just flying on out, Aquarius. Aquarius and love connections. Okay, so we have the letter P. We have the letter I. We also have the letter C and the letter R all coming out there. Okay, so like, I can nearly make a word out of that. I don't want to show you that word, but there's no case, it's fine. But I'm also seeing CRIP and IP, like, so as in IP address. I don't know why that came to mind there, but IP, C, and R. All right, so that may be somebody's initials. You know, their name may even start with PR or CR, something like that. You know, so they may be important initials for somebody there. I also am seeing August as well as Leo. Okay, so either August or Leo season may be important time frames when it comes to what we've talked about today. You may be meeting somebody who's born in August or a Leo. Okay. But that's what I've got for you today. Let me know how that resonated, and everyone that comments will also go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. But I will move along to Pisces. How are we, Pisces? Just looking today at love energy going on for everyone. The weekly readings, I did miss out a little bit. I felt as though not much love came through during the weeklies. It was kind of just, you know, a whole mash of other messages coming through for everyone. So I wanted to sort of get us a bit of more info on love and love connections. So love connections for Pisces, please. Love connections for Pisces, please. Okay. Is this in regard to a specific connection? Is this in regard to a specific connection, please? Okay. Okay, Pisces. When I've asked if this is in regard to a specific connection, the male card came out. Okay, so if you are a Pisces who has, you know, romantic dealings with males, that we're definitely talking about that person. You know, I'm feeling it's going to be, you know, a particular person in the past. There, we'll get into that. But you know, if you're not if you don't date males as such, you know, you don't need to genderize that. It could just be talking about somebody who's more masculine energy. So, you know, more stoic, not revealing their feelings, that kind of an energy. All right. But we're definitely talking about a person. Okay. So what we're actually seeing here, we do have the anchor. We do have the cross, and also the moon card there. Okay, so the moon card really does let us know that we're looking at, like emotions and, a little bit of, I'm getting a little bit of like emotional sensitivity and insecurity even with that moon card at the moment. And with that anchor, I'm just getting a pretty clear message here, Pisces, that we're looking at some stuck sort of energy at the moment. And then the cross, we're quite burdened. You're stuck by this emotional burden. Um, I feel as though that there's someone in the past that has put you into this energy, all right, and that's stopping you from being able to move on into new connections. So I'm feeling that we're just weighed down and a little bit burdened at the moment. You've got some sort of it's like the literal image of Jesus carrying the cross. It's like a big heavy burden that he's got to carry, like a big cross to bear kind of feel. It is weighing you down. I'm feeling it's past energy. I'm not feeling that it's current sort of energy, but it has sort of put you into, your emotions a little bit. Your emotions are what is feeling like the burden, so to speak. Feeling quite weighed down by your own emotions that are from this connection in the past. I'm feeling all right, but I'll get you some. I'm going to ask actually. I'll get you 2 cards for advice. Pisces, 2 advice cards for love, please. Okay, and then I want to ask for Pisces about the like new love possibilities for Pisces, please. New love possibilities for Pisces, please. Ooh, okay. So we're moving into much better energy now there, Pisces. So yeah, whatever's been holding you back in the past, your advice on how to get out of that situation is the female card. Okay, so like I said initially, if we are looking at a traditional relationship with a masculine and a feminine energy in that connection, you being the feminine at the moment and being really in that feminine space where you're dealing with your emotions and you're following your intuition and whatnot as well to overcome that masculine energy that has sort of left you feeling like your emotions are a burden, using that as a power instead of a burden. All right. So, like I said, I don't like to genderize the female male. So, we definitely could be talking about, same-sex relationships, all that kind of a thing. But we're just talking about the masculine, feminine energies. All right. So needing to embrace the feminine energy, embracing those emotions, good and bad, okay, and not allowing them to burden us and weigh us down. All right, and that is actually going to stir up some new energy for you, Pisces. We do have the stork here, as you can sort of see. It's a gorgeous little stork in their nest. So it really does talk about new beginnings and stirring up new energy. All right. And then when I've asked about specific love connections possibilities for you, we are seeing the fish and the sun. Okay, so that pretty much is straight away just letting me know that because of the way I've worded that question, that the opportunities are endless. Okay, there's lots of fish in the sea for you, Pisces. Lots of options headed, will be possible for you, and they're going to be revealed to you there with the sun. And a lot of happiness with the sun as well. It's a happy, super warm card. I feel like for some of you Pisces, it may be a Leo that's important in the near future as well, because that is the Leo card. All right. But just an abundance of happiness, an abundance of options in the future for you there, Pisces. So that's, like I said, super positive message at the end there. We just had to get through those heavy emotions that stop letting them weigh you down. Use them to empower you. All right. Now, so Pisces and love connections, please. Pisces and love connections. Okay, we had one fly out. Pisces and love connections. Okay, we had a second flyer. Throwing them at me today, Pisces, okay? Okay, so I want to tell you, first of all, this one here, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Okay, so if that's not beautiful, that's not beautiful. I don't believe it. And we do also see too, I will mention too, that when we saw the cross there as well, it does also have a bit of a message of, rather than letting things burden you, have faith that things will work out. So we are sort of seeing that same message reflected as well, following that path with faith. Okay. And then we do have the friendship card as well. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Okay, so maybe relying on some friends at this time as well, Pisces. But basically, we'll grab you a couple of extra cards here. This is my own personal deck. It's got, like letters, initials, like, and months, star signs, and timing cards. I'm kind of, my current working title as I've gone through this video today, I'm going to maybe call it my clarification deck. I don't know, but if you guys have any ideas for what I should call this deck, please leave me a comment and let me know. I need the help, guys. Anyone that comments will also go in the draw for that free personal as well, all right? But I tell you what, if you come up with a good name, I'll double the entries, okay? But here we go. Pisces and love connections, please. Yet another one, drawing out this X. This has come out so many times this week, all right? It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous, all right? X marks the spot, guys. So if you are seeing a giant X anywhere in the next few days, you will know that there was something in this reading for you, okay? Not many people with an X initial, I don't imagine, all right? I'm also seeing the letter U, which quite could actually be talking about you, Pisces, and just focusing on you for a little while there. But, obviously same thing as the X. If a giant U stands out to you somehow, could be important, okay? So when it comes to timeframes here, I've got February. So something may have happened in February. Something may be happening next February. Somebody's birth month may be February. I also have September. Same deal. Could be somebody's birth month. Something could be happening in September. I also have May and Aries. Okay, so I thought I'd show these together because we do know it's currently May, and Aries season has only just passed. Okay, so whatever this emotion is that we've been dealing with, it may be something from Aries season, and then May is the current kind of month. So we are looking at some sort of current energy, but once again, it could just be talking about birth months or birth signs of people that we're connecting to there. All right. You may have some important Aries placements, something like that as well, Pisces. But, let me know what you thought, if that resonated for you guys. Help me out with a name for that deck. Should I just keep calling it the clarification deck? But, yeah, let me know, guys. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Thanks.